Hello you lovely people, welcome to my channel, welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. My name's Kirsten, this is where I art and craft. I've been a bit able, just popping on when and if I can of late, and that's because my husband's not brilliant at the moment, and yes, the rest of the time he's a brilliant husband, but he's having trouble with his hip at the moment. He is currently, as I speak, in this moment of recording, he is having another operation. He's already had one, didn't do the trick, so he's having another one today being the 30th of December. So I've got a bit of time to come and do probably what will be my last I don't think I'm going to get another December done at all, but my last December daily done, and also show you, because you've not seen a lot of this. Some of it you've seen bits of, but I'll do a flip through of this, which is what I've been keeping my December daily on. So what I'm going to do for this particular piece is I'm going to use two of the pockets. Now I've already cut these out and I've folded that back. I've used lovely thick cardstock. It's yeah, really thick cardstock. I can't remember, my brain's mush at the moment. See, when you don't craft for a while as you're not telling people what you're doing, you forget all these, how many GSM and how many pounds things are. I've also hurt myself. Between my husband and I, we have one working leg. I stopped myself falling on Christmas Eve by putting a leg forward, and I've ended up twisting that knee and hip in doing so. So with this pocket, what I'm going to do is it's not that I don't like this image, I'm wanting a different image on here, but I love these wee corners. I'll show you somewhere I've used these. I've cut those wee corners out and used them somewhere, and I didn't realise at the time that these had the pockets, but never mind. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut out round here and take out, I'm not going to take this out, I'm going to leave that in. I just want to be able to use the corners. Now I could take the whole thing out, but because it's a pocket I don't want to do that. Where have I got to there? It's like, can I talk and craft again? Like, can you talk and can you pat your head and rub your belly at the same time? I just got into being able to do that, and now look at me. I can't, because I forget what I'm doing. Right, can you see that? All I've done is I've just cut that bit there, which means this will then be able to, she says, hopefully, there we go, be able to go in there and actually act as proper photo corners. I'll still put a wee bit of something to stick it down just to keep it nice and secure anyway. And this is the girl from this sheet, and I just distressed up and put some alcohol inks. I tend to use this latte and the moss for distressing. Tape. Oh, in fact it was mushroom I used. See, that should be moss, and it's latte I've used. But I added a bit of cranberry in as well, and I just dop it on. I used the wide, like there's a bit still on there because I just leave it stuck on there. There's a bit that's mainly got the mushroom and latte on. Don't know how well you can see that without something behind it. And I just leave it there and use it up, and then when I've used it up I maybe make some more. Well, when I get round to wanting some more I make some more, but I just thought because this is Christmas I'd put a wee bit of the cranberry in it as well, and I kind of like that, especially because it's a post box. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut the rest of these corners. This will end up going in here like this. I'm going to take it out again. I'm just showing you what will happen. Just putting it in all those. I'll see, I knew it was going to pop out of that one. So that one will go in there as well, but I'm not going to faffle with that at the moment. So that'll be in there, but I'm going to take that out a second because I think I want to stamp something on this label here. I'm also wanting to cut open this little bulldog clip. Now, if you saw my actual day for December Daily Advent 2026, you'll have seen that I actually put a little bulldog clip. I'm not going to do that on this one. I'm going to just cut the bulldog open, so I can then use it as a little clip, clip to put something under. And the something I'm planning on putting under is this and this, and I've already made a little hole in that, and that little hole I'm going to put this little, oh, that's not the right one. I haven't got out the one I wanted there. I wanted the little coloured one for in there, a little coloured one. Now these are muted, but that's okay because it's just about having a little, so it looks like it's, I think we'll go for the green. Should we go for the green or should we go for purple or the yellow? Oh, let's go for the yellow. Let's go for the yellow. Nope, I've dropped another one out there. I just didn't really want to use the, right. Let's put this through here. Right, and then put that underneath there as well. Just catch a little bit of it like that. And maybe do it the other way, like that. I'm going to stick these down, leave them loose, but I'm going to stick them down at the top. They're not meant to be take-outable, they're just kind of a bit of decoration. So we'll stick them down in a bit. But I want to stamp this bit down here, and I'm going to use, although it's past Christmas Day, we're still in the season of Christmas, so I'm quite happy, especially as this is my December daily, to use a Christmassy stamp. What shall we use? I think Jingle All the Way might fit in there, maybe it's a wee bit too big. This Christmas, oh, I quite like this Christmas. It says from this Christmas, so it's from this Christmas. Or do we put a name in it? I quite just like having from this Christmas, from Yuletide, from with love. Yeah, let's put from with love. Well, that makes a bit more sense, doesn't it? And these, of course, are Tracie's festive Yuletide Dreams text. Let's just, do you know what, I'm going to, just decided then, I'm just going to emboss it. Let's emboss it with, got that off the side there, stop that. Let's emboss it. Gold or silver, which shall we go for? Whichever I pick first. Let's go, she says, putting the silver back and deciding to go for gold. And some of you might be thinking, oh, but your picture's going to get in the way now. But do you know what? It doesn't bother me, because the reality is that's often how these things work. They're not perfect. So I'm not bothered with things not being perfect. Now, you see, I'm just wondering now if I should clear. I can't, if I do this in silver, it's going to lose the shading and lose what it is. But I'm just wondering whether to do it in clear now, because I've got that bit on. No, I'm not. I'm not. I've already inked these. So I'm just going to put a layer of glue along the top and then just down the middle, just to keep them in place. So let me just lift that. Put that up, put that in there. And it doesn't matter if it hangs over the bit. And then this one's going to go in kind of like that. So again, we're going to put this along the top, and I'm going to put it the other side of that, and then just down the middle again. So just lift that up, put that underneath there a bit to hold it in place, and there we go. So it's still got a kind of looseness to it, but it's also secure. And I'm just going to stick a little bit of glue under there as well. Although most of it's come out, let's just clean that up. There we go. Now, do I want to put anything else on here? I quite like this homemade Christmas, but at the same time, it's a little bit flat along the top. I want something else along that top. I'm thinking of maybe a bit of lace or something. What have we got here? We've got a bit of lace here. We've got a bit of gold. A bit of that gold along there. Maybe not. That lace is maybe a bit too big. What else have we got here? Quite fancy a bit of lace along there, actually. What have we got on here? Have we got something on here that might do the trick? Plenty if I go looking for it, but I can't believe I don't have something to hand. Nope. Not enough of that. Oh, see now, that's not a bit of lace, that's a bit of binding stuff. I'd need to put something else on top of that, but I quite like that. It's a possibility. What else have we got? Oh, we've got this. Oh, still a bit of my dad's old handkerchief. Don't think so. Not in this instance. I've still got so much of his hankies to use that. I'll see, maybe a bit of green. Do I want this? Oh, see, there's a bit of the. There's a bit of the gold. Do I want to use that? That's just maybe too much, isn't it? It takes away too much. But it wouldn't if I then put on some gold. What Christmas mail, because she's mailing something. Would that be better than homemade Christmas? I think it might, so that one's too big. Like that, I like that. Can we use that? Christmas 1902. I've kept on not using that, but that I quite like. Maybe we use that with a bit of the green behind it. Just on that bit. Oh, see, I like that. Because the green ties in with these. I can always put a bit of this over the top if I decide that's too much. Do I want to do that? Not convinced I do. Let's cut a bit of this for starters. I don't mind there's a little bit of it peeking through because it just looks like then it's a bit of background wording. Now I want to get this in here. So if I put it this way, then you've got the whole of that edge that might catch. If I put it this way, especially seeing this is now going to be underneath the gold, then there's nothing there really that's going to catch. Just rub it all down. Just gently burnish it down because there's some lumpy bits underneath there, so just gently so it doesn't, oops, lost some glue there. There we go. And that's that side done. This is the other side, and here I just want to do a couple of things as well. I've got this that I've heat embossed with clear to put on there, and I'll put that on with that. I've got this to put on there. Oh, that's the wrong size, isn't it? That's too big, too wee. Well, maybe what I'll do is I'll put that on with that little one and just put that one there, even though that one's not got a cross on it. So I'm just going to do that, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on here before sticking it down so that this isn't an issue inside, isn't it? Christmas mail. There we go. Let's just stick that in there as well. Nope, and then we can stick that down there, you see. And we're going to put this one through here. And I was going to put these two. I wanted this to look a bit like a pile of post, but I don't think I've got an awful lot of stuff left. Oh, no, let's bring that down. Remember, this is the back. There we go. So that's all I'm doing to the back. Oh, I want to just put a bit of, where's that washi tape gone? Now we're going to stick this on here to make a double-sided pocket, and that's why I've cut the foldy bits off here. So let's so I've got 2 tags here, and these tags are going to go in the pocket. And I'm going to put them back to back. I'll put a little pocket inside, maybe for some journaling space, but I think I just want to put them back to back. And we've got this naughty and nice tag here, and we've got this arrow, which again I've heat embossed, and I want to set the arrow there so that you can swing it to naughty or nice list. So I just want to put it in that space there before I stick the tags together, so that the other bit of this can be below. It just allows the shaft to have more movement, especially after it's stuck down. So let's put some glue on this. I don't think you need to see me doing all this bit, so I'm going to pause the video and hopefully remember to unpause it, because I'm not very good at remembering to unpause it. I'm going to finish this now. It's all stuck down, and I've put the tag in it. I've put the tie on the side of the tag, and I've decided, rather than making a pocket in the tag, I've put a bit of writing space on there, and this space can all be written in. The arrow moves. I have this Christmas, who's naughty or nice, because that's the advantage. If you improve your behaviour, then next Christmas you might be on the nice list, even if you're on the naughty list this Christmas. Right, now this needs to go on my ring. I've got my ring. So I'm putting it in this space. I've still got one other thing I want to do with this ring, and we'll see how long this video is going to be as to whether or not I do that with you. What we'll do is we'll go to the... Oh, where are we? There we go. Is that right? No. I'm a bit lost. There we go. That's it. That's it there. This is the beginning of the ring, and what I want to do is, because it's not going to go over this join here, I want to actually put something on the join, and I've not done that yet. But let me show you all my bits. A lot of these, like this front cover one, have been made from one of the clusters from December Daily Advent Christmas clusters. And all these cards have writing space on the back, although I've not actually written on them. I'm next year maybe is the year I'm going to actually use this as a journal, and then I'll be making the journal for next year. I'll use in 2027. That sounds awful. Long way away. Can anybody believe? Well, clearly you've got to believe it because it's a fact. But we've done the first quarter of this century, just about. Oh, my mind's blown. This is another of the Christmas clusters, and I've just then mounted them on various bits of the Festive Dispatch kit, and kind of done things like use some Jelly Roll pen, added extra wee bits behind. And this is another of the Christmas clusters. This is another Christmas cluster, but this is the one I did as the side. There's videos to all of these. I'll link them down below. And I've decorated it. This is on a bit of frosty Frosted Forest, which was another kit that Tracie brought out in December, and I've just gone round with my jelly roll and made some of those frosty felt. But this is one of the long ones I did, which I could have done as a tuck. It's a page edge. It's meant as a page edge, and you could actually have it as a tuck on a page edge, but I've just put it on here with some writing space behind. This was one of the December Ember ones I did, and this is another Frosty Forest. Isn't it beautiful? And I've done the snow, very 3D, this one, the snow on that one, and this is the clusters actually on the back of this one. And again, that could be a wee tuck spot. That's a bit of the Frosty Fed. The cluster is just a bit under the green and over on the top. And some of them I've just put on little tags. That's another cluster. As I said, most of this is the clusters. And another cluster. And this is a little, made a couple of these. Need to get a bit of, this is, so I've made these faux slides. And a couple of people were asking about these because I put pictures in Tracie's Facebook page, and it was these slides, and I printed 2 of them, and then I printed the acetate, and then I cut out the image and put the acetate between 2 of them. So that's how I made them. The other thing, Kimberly was asking how I will talk about that a bit when we get to the other one. So that's one with a little girl opening her presents. I did have other plans for her, but it just I didn't have the time to do it. And this was another December Ember with the stitching on the postcard, and then I put it on this fabby Christmas post box. And that, the green trees behind here, is another of Tracie's stamps. This is another Christmas cluster. And this is another Christmas cluster. This is the final set 4, which is New Year based. That's a Tim Holtz stamp behind there, that one. As I say, I've got lots of writing space in the back of all these. Another Christmas cluster. And another one. Some of them have got more stuff on the back, and some of them, another one. Love her. She's not the clusters this bit, but I loved her, and I just thought she was good with the Christmas tree. I liked her with the Christmas tree. Another Christmas cluster. This one's got a little bell on it. And another candle. And this was the envelope I made, where you pick that up and you've got an envelope in there. You can't get at them. The downside is you can't get at them when it's on the ring. You've got to take it off the ring. But that's just my fault. I could take it off. I'll take it off the ring just in case. There's a make for this on my list. So it's got a pocket there behind hand. It's got a pocket in here with another postcard in. This is all faux stuff, just making look that even though it's nice and thin, so it fits in a journal page, you can still make it look as if it's packed full of stuff. And then on the back we have another pocket with a tag. So there's lots of writing space on this one. But I've got to take it off the ring to get to some of it, which almost you could say, oh, it helps if I put that down. So almost makes it secret writing space, doesn't it? And then this is another one of the Frosty Forests, and this is the cluster I did. And another cluster, lots of clusters. The freebie cluster. Did you use the freebie cluster kit? It was, well, there was 5 in total. There was 4 sets and then the bonus set for Christmas Day. Here we have another one. And another one. That was the bird, that was week 3. This is the fox, which was week 4. No, the bird was week 4, the fox was week 3. Right, this is another of these faux slides I made, and this one I've distressed the slide. Can you see that? And Kimberly was asking how I did that, and I'll show you. On the side of the slide that has your ink, there's one side that's smooth, which your ink hasn't printed on, and the other side has your ink on it. And if you can't scratch it with your nail, just get a bit of something not too sharp and just rub it. And eventually what you'll do is there we go, you'll make a little hole in, a little hole in the film of ink, and then you can just scratch a bigger hole out of it. You see how that is, because all you're doing is you're just scratching the ink off it. I wouldn't suggest you used anything sharp, because you might then go through, but then if you wanted a hole all the way through, you could do that. It's just patience and eventually you'll make a bigger hole, and there you go, see how it's coming. So eventually you end up with, I need it on a firmer surface to do this. I can do it with my nails because I've got so's Kimberly actually, Kimberly's nails are a lot longer than mine. If you scratch it, can you see we've now got a hole through that one where looks like a hole, there's just no ink now on that. And then I just come in with my dauber and just edge round about that hole, and then you get a kind of aging effect. And on this one, if you keep repeating it, it gets more and more aged, and I've done it in a couple of different places on the slide to get it. And if you leave, because the first time you put your distress ink on, it doesn't really show. If you leave it a while and then put on another layer and you've got to layer, because it's on plasticky stuff, it doesn't really want to stick there straight off. But that's how you age it, Kimberly, and anybody else who's wondering. Then we've got another of the long clusters I did on my official make, and it's on a bit of card. And we've got this is one of the New Year clusters, and I've just put it as a wee swing on just a little bit of card there. This was one of the animal ones with him wearing his hat. Love his hat. Love his hat. Then this was the official make I made for December Daily Advent. And I think that's the best I've seen that snowflake catch it's a holographic snowflake. And this has a little card in here as well. And we have a reel going right through. I mentioned that in today's make. And it's got this hanging on here. We've got our dangle, and we've got our naughty and our nice. I'll link that make down below as well. I didn't film any of the making of the clusters apart from my official video, which was the long clusters. Another one of the birds, and another one of the animals. This time I put it on the other side so you've got lots of writing space there. And these gingham in the red and the green were part of the Festive Dispatches kit. This was another one that I did. This was Jodie Lewis kind of influenced this one. This was the little clip that instead of hiding the paper clip, I made it into something. And then we have this fold out. We've got place in there. We've got a wee tuck in there and a wee tuck in there. And then that just holds that all together. And there's writing space on the back there. We're getting near the end of these. There's another Joy to the World. I think this was I think that was the first week, wasn't it? That's another one from the first week. The first set, that's another one from the the fourth set. That one's from the third set. No, it's the animals is the second set, isn't it? It's the second set. This is the one we've just made. This is a Christmas one with this nutcracker on. I'll put a wee tab up there as well. And this is from the third set, and this time I have made it into a little pocket, little tuck side pocket, but it's also a page edge as well, so you get the bit of the on the back as well. And that's a Frosted Forest, Frosty Forest image from the other kit by Tracie, which again I will link below. Now, I said I was going to do something on here, and I think what I might do is I might do that at another time. I might do that tomorrow, and I'll just put it on as a short on here on YouTube, and I'll put it in the channels and on my Instagram. So, but there won't be a video of what I'll do. I'll just tie various laces and ribbons and things, and maybe put some beads on there as well, just to kind of mark where that is. But I loved doing mine December daily on this ring because it actually allowed me to do the clusters. I don't know if I would have ended up using the clusters as much if I'd done all these clusters without ended up putting them all in a journal, because it would have taken all of them, and then I wouldn't have got to play with the other stuff, which I've not got to play with anyway. But I had the time to do these away from camera, and I didn't have the time to do something more complex even away from camera because of looking after my husband at the moment. But I've heard that he's out of his operation, and everything's looking good, apart from he's suffering from leg phantomisia, because he feels his legs in the positions they were in the operation, and he looks at them and they're not in that position. Apparently it will last a couple of days, and it will be difficult for him walking during that time, because he won't know how to make his legs work, because they feel different from where they actually are. Exciting stuff. I hope you enjoyed your December daily. I hope you enjoyed the freebies from Tracie, the Festive Dispatch, the Frosty Forest, Frosty Forest it says, isn't it? I was going to say frozen, but it's Frosty Forest. There'll be something else coming up. Tomorrow there will be a flip through of my ABC JLC, because on Thursday there'll be a new ABC JLC starting. Until tomorrow, you take care. Bye for now. Keep crafting. Thanks for watching.